Hi everyone, my name is okay, thanks Neil. Hi everyone, my name is Dwight. I'm a senior at Emory studying biology on the pre-med track, and I will be one of our leaders today who will be leading the 2022 to 2023 peer mentor recruitment info session. And first off, we'll just have all the peer mentors as well as one of our amazing advisors introduce themselves. So Louisa, would you like to go first?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Louisa. I'm a junior here. I am a double major in biology and philosophy, and I'm another peer mentor. Balwant, do you want to go?
Hi, everyone. My name is Balwant. I am also a junior in the college studying neuroscience and minoring in QSS, and I'm an Oxford grad.
Hey everybody, I'm also a junior in the college studying anthropology and human biology, also on the pre-med track.
Hi everybody, I'm also, no, I'm not. I wanted to try to see if I could crack the I'm a junior joke too, but my name is Anil Shetty. I have previously served in the role of helping supervise the peer mentors and continue to love doing that. But we have some great transition coming. We've got great new leaders coming. I'm excited to share with you all a little bit about what it means to be a peer mentor. And I'm going to let Dwight and Louisa and Balwant and Nabi take over and tell you about what it means to be in the role. It's a true blessing to work with amazing students that are so dedicated to this role.
Thank you guys. Okay, Louisa, you can take it away.
Okay.
Well,
the agenda for today, we're going to be covering a few things about the application, which is currently live. So we're first going to be talking about what the role is, what you're going to be doing to like a week basis. If you're eligible for the role, the time commitment, the application timeline, and then we'll be just going over some myths and answering questions, and we'll have our contact information at the end. First off is we're going to be talking a little bit about what a peer mentor is. So we are a team of pre-health juniors and seniors that are on campus, and we're here to just give advice to students. We hold walk-in office hours every week, and we advise students on one-on-one appointments. We also collaborate on projects with our teams on different committees, and we hold events. Does one of the peer mentors want to talk about their experience as a peer mentor and what team they were on and some events they've held?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about that. I'm on the Connect committee here, which is the best committee, in my opinion, of course. And so I handle, along with other Connect committee members, our social media. So the PHA Instagram, if you see how cool it looks, that's because of our wonderful team, as well as our outreach, and then we also handle a lot of the internal bonding within the peer mentor group. That's another part of the role, is the family that we talk about and push on the Instagram. So being a peer mentor is also, there's those, you host office hours, you're in office for 1 hour a week, and then you hold appointments for another hour a week. Those are one-on-one interactions. But alongside that, there's these social events we get to go to. We hang out with one another, and we're really a family, as we say a lot. So yeah.
So talking about eligibility, you have to be a current junior or sophomore at Emory, have at least a 3.0 GPA. The application opened last month, but it will be closing on February 10th at 11:59. So if you haven't gotten started on that, please get started on that as soon as possible, so you're not procrastinating to the last minute. And be sure that if you have not already gotten that taken care of, make sure that you sign up for your group mandatory checkup with a peer mentor, your one-on-one follow-up, and you want to have those done by April 1st. And for sophomores applying, they should also complete the peer mentor one-on-one follow-up. And once you have hopefully been accepted to be a peer mentor, there will be trainings that need to be completed over the course of the summer prior to the fall 2022 term. So that is something to keep in mind. And this is a semester role. So if you are admitted into working with us, you will be a part of the family for all the fall semester. And depending on how you perform, if you are staying on top of your responsibilities, if you're going to all the meetings that we have planned throughout the semester on a monthly basis, then you should be able to come back for the spring semester. So just know that this is a semester-long position. This is not guaranteed for the entire year of the following year.
In terms of time commitment, peer mentor fall training will take place on a Sunday near the beginning of the semester, with the specific time and location to be determined. In terms of other time commitment, you need to attend all peer mentor staff meetings, which will be on the last Wednesday of each month. Again, times will be determined later. Be able to dedicate 1 full hour per week during the academic semester for College Connect peer mentor advising appointments. In addition to work at least 2 PHA events per semester, including but not limited to major events, workshops, info sessions, school visits, tabling, etc. Serve in one of the 4 PHA committees: Connect, Explore, Prepare, or Apply. Each committee will be responsible for various initiatives, programs, and services, and you'll be responsible for your assigned first-year group during the academic school year. And you'll be fulfilling other duties as assigned.
All right, so this is
Yeah,
a little.
oh, my bad.
Great.
My bad, Lisa.
No,
Go
you're
ahead,
good.
please.
This is just a little description of all the committees that we have. So I can talk personally about Apply because that's a committee that I'm in. So for Apply, we hold events and we hold programming to help students apply for whatever graduate school that they want to apply into. So whether that's medical school, dentistry, nursing, we hold events and we help students out in all sorts of graduate schools. An example of an event that we're holding is actually going to be next week, and it's interview practice. So if you've heard of an MMI, we're going to be holding a series of mock MMIs next week. So that's just an example of a sort of Apply event that you hold. Okay. Can you go back to the, does someone want to talk about Connect just a little bit more, and then maybe touch on Explore and Prepare?
Yeah, Obi kind of explained it very well. One of the events we have had, we're basically just trying to connect the community together so you guys know that we exist, and that we are available. So beginning of the year, we had a block party, if any of you guys happen to go to it, where we had ice cream and music in front of the B. Jones building. It's a lot of fun, had all the peer mentors and a few advisors. So we try to plan fun events like that outside with the Emory community, but also within the team. We try to facilitate team bonding through initiatives like speed dating and a lot of dating. I don't know why. That's just something that's been very prominent amidst their committee, where we try to pair peer mentors to go on little dates and take pictures, get to know each other. We even had a scavenger hunt one time. Shout out to Ubby. He played a big role in that initiative. And yeah, we just are all about bringing people together. Not sure if anyone is in Prepare, but no one's from Prepare. Well, I can't speak too much on Prepare, but what I will say is, that is another committee available. And if you are a part of PHA, you will definitely learn more about it in the coming months. So yeah.
I was going to say, I can speak a little bit about Explore and Prepare, just the vision around those committees as well. Just Explore, the mission statements that you see on here really do encompass what these committees are doing. I think this year's team has been really instrumental in defining the vision for these committees, and as the peer mentor team evolves and moves forward in the future, and you'll have an amazing opportunity, hopefully, if selected to be a peer mentor, to continue to push this forward and develop new ideas, programs, services, and ways. I think there's a lot of creativity in the peer mentor role. I think hopefully some of the peer mentors would agree with me on that. We always try to give flexibility, give autonomy, have people be willing to sort of take things on for themselves. So Explore, we really are trying to help everyone sort of find their fit, whether that's fit with profession. So if you're kind of exploring whether you're pre-med or pre-dent or pre-PA or whatever it might be, or learning about just kind of different opportunities in the profession, So exploring is really a very cool, Explore is an amazing committee in terms of just the different variety of things that they're touching on, because it really is about the professions, it's the stories, it's the resources, it's the opportunities. Prepare plays a very critical role in, I think, something that all of us are eager to know more about, which is how do you build your candidacy? How do you get involved in opportunities? How do you take advantage of the resources at Emory so that you can successfully, quote unquote, prepare to eventually, as Louisa talked about and spoke about, applying. So as you can see, all these words, these committees that we use, these are our strategic goals, our learning outcomes as an office in PHA. Our goal is to hit on these big themes to help you, serve you as the pre-health community. And by wanting to be applying to be a peer mentor, hopefully you are eager to also give back and serve the pre-health community in these various ways.
All right, I can just briefly touch on the timeline. So the application opened on the 20th, closed on the 10th, and after the 10th, the peer mentors will facilitate the blind process of reviewing who was applied, and we will pick a certain amount of people, not sure yet. And out of those people that are able to move past the first stage after the initial application, they will be offered 3 stages in terms of evaluation of whether they're prepared for the role or not. And so one of those is the individual interview. Those begin on February 28th. Another aspect is the group interviews, which will be beginning mid-March. And the last factor is the Meet the Fams. The Meet the Fams is kind of like a non-formal means of getting to know you as an individual outside of the formal individual interview / group interview setting. And so those are the 3 factors that you will be assessed on outside of, like, once you have been accepted as a potential applicant after the primary application process. And the acceptances will be made in April 15th.
Dwight, can I jump in for just a quick second, if I may? Will you go back to that slide? I just want to give a little pro tip to everyone here that has taken the time to be here at this info session. Really appreciate your time and your interest in the position. Because you're here, I want to kind of give you a little tip of the fact that most of our cuts in this process, this is a pretty competitive process. As Dwight said, we don't maybe necessarily go in with numbers or quotas or anything of that nature. We are organic and flexible that way. And but what I will tell you is that, you know, we usually will have, just for context and history, we typically have over 115 applications for roughly about 20 spots, give or take. Again, not going in with any set numbers or a set agenda in this process. But what I will tell you is that most of the cuts in this process are going to occur in the stage that Dwight just referenced between February 10th to February 28th. Your application will be read blindly, which means that some of the people reading them will not know whose application they are reading. Your application will be read double blind. So it means it's going to be read by 2 PHA team members, staff and or peer mentors. They'll be reading your applications, scoring your applications, and then the selection team will sit down and sort of crunch those numbers and advance a certain number of people forward to the interviews. But most cuts in this process are going to happen in those first 2 weeks there that you see here at the end of the month. So really, I encourage you to spend some time with your application, really be thoughtful with your short answer responses. That's where really we're going to, we want to reduce bias in this process. That's a key goal for us. We want to be fair. We want to reduce bias. We want to be equitable. And we want to create a wonderful, fun, diverse team. And I think one of the ways that we accomplish that is by sort of not knowing whose applications we're scoring and then just using that critical lens to decide who we're going to meet in the interview phase. Thanks, Dwight.
Okay, so we're going to be starting with, sorry, Alvin.
No,
We're
no,
going to be starting with myths about recruitment that are commonly heard by us, and we wanted to make sure that we let you guys know that they are not true. So the first one is, a lot of people think that you have to be pre-med and only pre-med to apply to be a peer mentor. And that is very much not true. And We really do encourage all types of pre-health professions, whether that's pre-dentistry, pre-PA, even some people involved in public health research, really whatever you feel is related to health. We would love to have you on the team. So please apply and tell all your friends, regardless of if they are pre-med or not.
Avi, you can take this one if you want.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, this is definitely a big one, is that you need a 4.0 GPA or a high MCAT. First and foremost is many of you who are sophomores right now, none of y'all have a standardized test that we can even base it off of, nor is the GPA like anything in life, it is a holistic process. You are a person. This is why we go through both a written application and why we then see you in an interview and then do this meet the fam stuff, because we want to know you as a person and see how holistic of a person you are. So yes, there are these statistics, but you do not need any of these. We want you for the person you are, and we want to cultivate a great peer mentor group.
No one wants to jump in, take this really quick. We do have peer mentors that are on the team that originally their first time applying when they were sophomores, they didn't get accepted. So if you or someone who applied and didn't get accepted and they feel discouraged about potentially reapplying, please encourage them. It's okay. We want to have as diverse of a peer mentor team as possible, and that just because you didn't make it last year does not invalidate that does not invalidate you as a person. We want everyone to reapply if they're still passionate and interested in the role. So, Bawan, you got this one.
This one's a fun one. It says, I can't apply if I'm an Oxford student, which is false because I'm an Oxford student. We're making the process really we're making the process really simple for Oxford students to apply. We'll have online meetings if necessary for interviews. So please don't let that discourage you from applying or let your friends from being discouraged from applying. We would love to have more Oxford students.
Okay, I'll take this one. One myth is that I have to have my life figured out. For example, you have to do everything that you expect the perfect pre-med or pre-health student to do. That is definitely not true. And I'm sure everyone on the peer mentor team can agree to that. We are still figuring our life out, and we're just here to give our advice and our experience to anyone at Emory, but in no way does that mean that we are perfect in ourselves. So I know that with COVID and stuff, a lot of people might feel like they don't have enough clinical experience or they don't have enough experience of something to feel qualified to be a good, pre-health student. I don't think that's, a valid statement to make. So really, you don't have to have everything figured out. We completely understand. We are not perfect too.
Can I add something? I told myself I wasn't going to talk when I came tonight, but here I am talking too much. What I do want to say, I want to add to something Luisa said. I think something that really comes up a lot that I hear a lot after the process is over is people kind of sometimes talking or asking their advisor, whether that's me or Hugh or Kim or now Greg for some of you. People always like to ask the four of us of like, oh my God, I didn't get into peer mentor, so it means I'm not going to get into med school, or it means I'm not going to get into dental school, or whatever professional program you think you might apply to. And I'm just here to tell you that that's not true. We're not looking for the same things. In many ways, I think to this point that's on the side, we want you to be professional and know how to carry yourself professionally, but you don't have to be a professional. Like, you're still a student, and it's okay that you're still on your journey, and it's still okay that you're figuring things out. Baldwin still asks me things. Luisa still asks me things. Dwight still asks me things as peer mentors. They're still advising themselves. Even Abhi asked me things. He'll just, kind of uninvite himself and come into my office and ask me things. So it's, and they do that with all the advisors, the peer mentor. And I think that's one of the benefits of being in this role, is getting to spend more time with your professional advisor, whether that's your advisor or another advisor in the office. Is you get that opportunity to help figure your life out more, because you don't actually have it figured out, and it is okay to not have it figured out. But I'll let us go to the next myth.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I thought we had more, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it all. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, just speak out, put in the chat. We're here to help you guys make any clarifications you may need. And yeah, any questions? Or did we do an amazing job? Oh. Could one of the PMs share something they wish they knew before they became a PM? Anyone?
I can add something. I did not know. I wish I knew actually how much fun this role is. I think coming into it, I was like, oh, this is just like advising, you're going to be standing there in the office for an hour trying to give advice. This is possibly one of the most fun things, I do at school. I really met a lot of cool people, and yeah, I really enjoy it. If anyone else has something, please speak up.
Yeah, no, I like totally agree with that. Every time I have like something PHA related to do, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go to like the office right now. Whereas like sometimes with other clubs, I'm like, oh, I have an event to do. But with PHA, it's never felt that way. It's always been really exciting. And I honestly wasn't expecting to make like 44 new friends like within a few weeks. I think that's one of the best things about PHA. While also being an Oxford continuee, was that I got to meet a lot of new people. It was really easy to get close with them.
I was just trying to think of things, but those are definitely the main ones. I think also one thing you'll find as you go as a PM is that you won't have all the answers to all the questions out there. People are going to come in with many different questions, many different nuanced situations, and it's okay to say, I don't know, and it's okay to refer up. We are a team. We're here to support one another. Not one of us just has all the answers, but together we work together to solve whatever is in front of us.
Another thing I'd say, I didn't realize how easy it would be to make things that are initiatives that I always wanted to do as an undergraduate come to life, being a part of PHA, because everyone's very open. It's kind of like, oh, am I interested in doing something like this? All right, you just mention it and we're like totally for it. It doesn't matter what the heck you guys think, whether it's feasible or not. Our ears are always open for whatever you guys may have. And so that's something that I really appreciated. There's things that I thought of that I thought would be a cool idea, and everyone was always very receptive and willing to at least try, whether or not it worked or not. So I think that's something to consider when applying. It's definitely the most rewarding position that I've had at Emory. I can't speak for anyone else, but that's my opinion. Any other questions?
I have a question. So how has PHA like helped you, or like has it taught you anything about you as a person, and has it taught you anything about like you as like what career you want to go into? Like how has it impacted your personal like goals and like your career goals?
Anyone wants to go ahead?
I guess personally, when you're in any kind of mentorship role, it's always rewarding. And as I've seen throughout the semester, you get to interact with a wide variety of people, and you also, get to celebrate their successes as they go along, as you see them come in, especially when I see first years come in, as they continue along their career, whether, no matter what pre-health journey that they're on, and they're like, oh yeah, they may have not done well in their first chem test. That's like the traditional one we get. And then they bounce back on the second one. It's always rewarding to see that. But likewise, you always work on your collaboration, teamwork skills. These are all very transferable skills, no matter what profession you go into. Is that like, look, you're going to probably have to communicate in any kind of pre-health career. Oh, look, there's mentorship involved with lots of pre-health careers. And like professionally, I was like, for me as a first year, I wasn't even like committed pre-med. I was just exploring. So as I kept going into my sophomore year and my junior year, got more clinical experiences and getting to talk along with my pre-health and peer mentor team, it's really a joy just to see that this is what we rejoice in, this is what we love. And you get to talk to people who are on the same path as you. So it's really supportive.
For me, one of the things that I think has like really changed the trajectory in my career as an undergrad was that PHA has taught me to be a lot more receptive over new things. What's great about having like all these different peer mentors in PHA is that they all pretty much have the really unique experience. And I came in with like a set mind of what I was going to do, when I was going to do what, and how I was going to go about doing things. But I was fortunate enough to learn from other seniors or learn from other juniors with their like 3 or 4 years of experience and how they went through the process of, you know, applying for medical school or applying for different things. And it's been impactful on how I decided how to go about my way. And I think it really like, it helped me figure out what I really wanted to do instead of just like keeping a closed mind.
And just gonna add, like, definitely about the diversity of like experience perspective, but also you're working with a team that all are like super into community service, you know, helping the community and really nice and outgoing. And it's so refreshing to be around people that, you know, have the same like goals in life and same, you know, values. It confirmed like my desire to go into health. And now I'm like, just like, I forgot who said it, but like, I was just kind of exploring before and now I'm like 100% in. So it really just confirms, you know, like why you wanted to go into this field and why you want to help people in the first place.
For me, I feel being a part of PHA made me more mature, or yeah, I think just more mature, because as being a part of this position, you're going to have to engage with faculty from various places around Emory. One instance would be Dr. Patisky. He is a very big figure. I forget which committee has a very big role, but in terms of working with him. But what I will say is people like that, people like your advisors, these are people that you're going to have to present yourself in a professional manner, even though it is going to be nice being a part of this family, if you will. You still have to present yourself in a professional way to a lot of, I would say, reputable figures at Emory. And so I think that's something that I kind of took away from the position that I think will be transferable going onwards, is that I've learned to kind of develop a more mature frame, if you will, in terms of presenting myself in the times that I need to present myself. And so I think, yeah, that's what I learned. Any other questions? Do you apply into or choose a specific committee? You can choose. There's going to be like a little Google form that you can fill out to pick your preferences. And of course, we can't have a ton of people in one committee. Connect is the best. I'm sorry, but I'm sure most people are going to sign up for Connect. It is what it is, but we can't accept all of it. So, but every committee is great in their own way. So just know you'll get to pick your preferences. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's cool too. Yeah. Anything else? Okay.
Let me add one quick thing to the question that came about like the committees thing. Don't also feel like I'll just say this too. Like if you ever are kind of referencing that in your application or whatever, you don't need to like. I think something that comes up is people feel like they're supposed to like be in the application phase to be an apply, and that's not true. Or you don't need to be non-pre-med to be an explorer, and that's not true. Or you don't need to be some expert on preparation to be and prepare. It's really just about what you think you might be most interested in. And if you were to be selected for the team, you'll learn more about what the vision for the committees are next year. with each of those things. So just know that, again, kind of goes back to this idea of like, if you want to help, you want to serve, you want to give back to first and second year students, this is the role for you. You don't need to be an expert. We will train you and teach you on the things you need to know. And you have a whole team to work with. And like Abby said, there will be questions you might not always have the answer to, and that's okay.
That's that, I think. Oh, this is our contact information. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, DM us on IG, or you could just go to our walk-in advising hours and just see an advisor if they're available at the B. Jones building. Just walk straight in and it's to your right. So yeah, thank you guys. We really appreciate having you guys here and learn a little bit more about the peer mentor role. And if you don't have any more questions, hope you have a great day. But of course, feel free to stay around if you have anything that you want to bring up that's not in the whole thing going on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.